May 10th, and I still haven't planted tomatoes in my front yard. May 10th, and I still haven't planted tomatoes in my front yard. So today is Mother's Day, and being housebound and everything, I did some Outback pickup for my wife for Mother's Day. And we picked some of the roses out front, but so these are the roses that I got from my grandmother. I did some research on these, and they're actually a rose that was around in 1850, 1860 time period. It was a very popular rose at the time, and this type of rose was replaced with the hybrid tea rose. It's either a burgundy or hybrid perennial or something like that. Anyways, I'm getting a lot of roses this year, and from what I understand is that these things are supposed to bloom all these spring and summer long, which they didn't last year because they also don't like the heat, which is good for this year because we've had so many cold spells like this weekend where half the state has had been frost freeze warnings, and so it's a good thing I haven't planted my tomatoes out front yet because I would have had to cover. But some things are obviously already planted. Strawberries are being, cold hardy. We've been getting rain. It's been like we get a torrential downpour and then nothing. So I probably need to get out here and water these things some more because, well, I'm getting a lot of strawberries. They look kind of funky, but they are starting to change.
Hello, Dada.
Change colors. Hello.
Hello.
You want to look into your lolly gardens here?
Yeah, I've already seen.
Let's see, we got tons of carrots growing from this lollipop.
And look at his.
And while I did plant these two little tomatoes, I transplanted them from the top of the tower here. These ones right here are the ones actually from the lollipop.
Daddy, look.
So,
look, strawberries.
yeah, we got lots of strawberries coming in.
Yep.
And
hey, Daddy, just so.
that might be one of my mystery plants. If it is, that'll be good. On top of the garden tower, got some lettuce growing up. This is stuff I did not plant. This stuff is coming back on its own. Along with, the tomato plants that came up on its own. These ones right here. And I did a little experiment. So I left these ones out and I put these under this container, and obviously the ones in the container are doing a little bit better, so I'm going to leave those ones there. Also, it would seem as if a couple of cucumbers have started to come up. I had some cucumbers in there, didn't do very well, so if these start growing a little farther, I might have to put these up front where cucumbers did better. I think they got more water and such. Blueberries are still not blue, and I'm a little worried at this point that they're not turning blue, and I don't know whether it's because not enough sunlight, the cold temperatures we keep getting on and off, I don't know. So hopefully they'll do something. I need to get in here and try to weed out some of the things I really don't want. But in general, I'm really liking what I see so far with the raspberries. A grape plant is moving along. It is grabbed hold of this wire, but I don't see any. You're not my grape plant. There's a fight here between this invasive vine back here and my grape plant. Anyways, I don't see any grape clusters yet, so no sign that I'll actually get any grapes from that, but it's doing pretty good as it is. Alright, here's the side box where I planted these carrots earlier than the one I did in here, but I only planted a few, and in here I did rows, but the rows didn't really come out. There's only just a few of those coming in here. I did plant some other miscellaneous stuff, and I'm assuming that's what these things are. I'm not exactly sure 100%, but they do seem to be planted, you know, around. I don't think they're from the tree above, but they could be. I don't know. I obviously have some weeds in here, so this is definitely not something I want in my box. So we're gonna take that out. But we'll have to see what comes of this other stuff. Alright, with the potato bags.
Mine.
This
is my potato plant. This is my potato.
Don't smack around your potato plant. You can see it's gone way past the part we piled up. It's I piled up almost to the top of the bag, so this would be close to normal what this bag would have. So I'm not sure how well this will do as far as producing other potatoes inside, but we'll have to see. You know, about half the bag is full of dirt, so we'll have to see how that goes. The tomato in there is still alive. It hasn't done a lot yet. This one right here, it's not as high up, so I'm not sure how that's going to work, but there's obviously more dirt below than in the bag, so we'll have to see how that works. Pepper plants I put out here, they're doing fine, even though it looks like there's some sort of little bug out here going after them. I put a little tomato plant out here too. This is the ones from the top of the tower, and they're doing okay. And that might be a cantaloupe seed, because I did put some cantaloupe seeds and I did put some pumpkin seeds out here, so who knows what that might be. There was multiple of these grape clusters, but now I only have this one as far as I can tell, so hopefully this one will keep going and at least produce one cluster of grapes. Nothing ever happened in this bag right here. Even the little small tomato plant I put in there doesn't seem to be doing that great. So I use these EcoDisc. A person near where my parents live up in Michigan makes these, and they're biodegradable. They come in a variety of colors, and if a neighborhood cat would get out of here, if you know about it, there's been a little study, I guess, and hey, come on, get. There's been a study about like red colors and certain plants, and so like tomatoes and some other plants do better when they have like a red ground cover. So I'm using the red disc here for that sort of effect, and because I don't have a lot of tomato stands because I'm saving the ones for the front of the house. I decided that I could just easily, this cat is wanting to get in trouble. So anyways, so in order to make it so that I could use some non-general post for the tomato plants, I just broke a couple of little things off.
What?
The legs, these are actually a space between the legs. You can see there's 2 legs here and over there.
What?
And it still functions fine for the water to go down into the center, and also for weed control. And so that when the tomato finally gets started, it can go up the stick, or I can find larger sticks and stuff to go up for that. All right, so as far as raspberries up here, I did take the one raspberry up here. Those are slightly turned red. But the only thing really turning colors up here is the flowers. I had a bunch of roses with lots of storms going through, but it has been a good year for roses. In fact, this coral knockout rose is really pushing out a lot of roses for just being a little small bush as it is. And this lily plant's gonna bloom soon. But all the plants are coming up. I think the plants are gonna enjoy this cold weather snap that we're having for now. And providing plenty of beautiful roses that I gave to my wife this morning for Mother's Day. But as you can tell, front garden's still waiting to be done. Leisurely Logan. Thanks for joining us.